what's your thoughts on this series between Boston and New York, Jaevon?
So far, I mean, obviously there have been games we've left some meat on the bone. First two games up 20 points, it's inexcusable. You're at home and you come away with zero victories in the first two games after being up 20 points in both games. Game three was kind of basically the first three games we were up 20 points and only came away with one victory. I mean, it's hard. It's definitely hard when you kind of in the playoffs when you let games like that go, they come back to bite you. And coming back, going to New York for Game Four, being down 2-1, it was kind of a make or break situation type of game. We saw the play from Jason Tatum, 40 plus points, pretty much gave it his all. I think it would have been a little bit too little, too late. I think it was 3 minutes when he ended up popping his Achilles. We were already down like 8 or 9 points at that moment in the game when he did end up getting hurt. Thank you, Kevin. We were. It seemed like the game seemed a little bit out of reach there. Um, Derek White has been playing out of his ass this entire series when he's gotten the chance, especially in last night's game, Game Five, when we responded. Pretty much, a lot of people expected us to lay down in that fifth game because Jason Tatum was out, but Derek White stepped up. Jalen Brown stepped up, $300 million man. Luke Cornett, Luke Cornett off the bench was insane. Shoot, I mean, the writing's kind of on the wall for I'd say most of America, but we got a lot of fight left in us. I think we win Game Six, and it goes back to the Garden for Game Seven, and I don't know what's going to happen there, but I do think the Knicks are a really tough team. I mean, Jalen Brunson is one of the best point guards in the league. Karl Anthony Towns has been playing pretty well. And OG Anunoby, not last game, but pretty much for the entire series, has been pretty lights out. Mikal Bridges, their starting five has been all over the place. Josh Hart, I mean, those are the guys that Thibodeau was going to play. That's who he's going to ride with. They've been playing outstanding this entire series. And, I mean, there have been points where they'll lose by 20 points, but then they'll come back, win a close game, or win by double digits. So it's a tough pill to swallow because I know Jason Tatum is obviously out for the remainder of the series. It kind of starts to foreshadow what's the team going to look like going forward. Do we blow it up? I wouldn't say we blow up the team per se. I do think there's going to be changes like Porzingis is probably out of there. Drew Holiday might be a guy that leaves. A guy like Sam Hauser might be out of there. My untouchables, I would say, are Jalen Brown and Derek White for sure because I think those guys by themselves next year. Peyton Pritchard is another guy I think we should keep on the bench. I think next year without Jason Tatum, the team currently constructed, we still make the playoffs. I don't know how because the East is the East, so I don't know what we'll look like going into next year. I don't know if we'll be a top three seed, maybe like 4 to 6, maybe 7. It kind of really just depends on what our team looks like, what our team looks like, and who's going to be the guy. I think we'll just basically play through Jalen Brown is what I think is going to happen. Kevin's probably going to say we should trade Jalen Brown. I wouldn't do that, but I do think Jason Tatum should sit out a year. I don't think he should rush and try to come back. He's had 4 straight years of All NBA, first team All NBA. So I want him to get as healthy as possible. Probably take the KD route because KD basically sat out an entire year. And I remember the year before KD came back, they had made like a plan or something like that. And people were like saying, "You should come back, KD. You should come back." Oh, and do what? So he can get hurt again and they'll lose. So a lot of moving parts currently right now, but I do think that Jason Tatum should definitely sit out the rest of the year or stay out the rest of next year.
Yeah, that's understandable. And as Uncle Manny says, the Celtics still have enough firepower to win as long as they keep hitting the threes. So, Kevin, what's your take on this series between the Knicks and the Celtics?
Jalen Brunson's been the best player in the series, hands down. Yes, you can say the Celtics have more depth. Obviously known We've seen Cat have up and down performances, like Toddy mentioned. OG's has up and down performances. Mikal Bridges has up and down performances. But the one consistent for them is Jalen Brunson. Not only scoring, but facilitating the ball. He's been phenomenal carrying this team single-handedly. Without Jalen Brunson, this team is probably a playing team. We saw when he went out with about 7 minutes left in the fourth, they couldn't get anything going. So moving forward from the Celtics side, I know Toddy's being very proud and he's being a Celtics fan. He's going down with the shit. This is the last time Jason Tatum plays on a team this good. I don't see you guys bringing back Drew Holiday. He's getting older and he's going to want to play for a contender. And without Jason Tatum, you guys are not a contender. Porzingis is gone, but I mean, the good thing about Porzingis is he has to win a championship basically without Porzingis. Last year was the injuries, this year's the illness. Derek White's for sure gone. This is a $500 million roster. And you have new management that have come in and said they were going to blow it up regardless. The only way this team would have ran it back potentially is if you guys are going for a three-peat. Now that the three-peat's out the window, anyone besides Jason Tatum could be moved. Jaylen Brown, Derek White, Drew Holiday, Peyton Pritchard. It's an expensive team, man. Are you willing to go into a third apron with a team that's mediocre? I know Toddy has a lot of hope saying that, we keep Derek White, Peyton Pritchard, Jaylen Brown, top 3 seed, even in a weak West, a weak East. That's not a top 3 team. So it's a lot of numbers. It's a lot of paydays for a lot of guys. But I mentioned, talking about the Mavericks and the Warriors playing on 2 different timelines, the Celtics own their pick for the next year. So we've seen teams take years off in the dynasty. I'm not calling the Celtics a dynasty. And their championship window, we've seen teams take a year off. We saw with the Warriors with Kevin Durant and Klay Thompson going down, being able to get a number 2 draft pick. Could you imagine a AJ DeBonta on the Celtics or anybody else? I mean, you taking a wouldn't be the worst thing for you. You tell Jason Tatum, fully heal up. Jaylen Brown, assalamu alaikum, my friend. We appreciate all that you've done. Derek White, it's just too expensive, Todd. I know you want to keep this team together as long as possible, but with new management coming in, are they going to want to front a bill for a team that's not going to win a championship? And I know I talk a lot of shit about Jason Tatum, him being Robin, A, B, C, and D, but he's a key contributor to that team. And yes, like Uncle Manny said, if they're hitting their threes, they can beat anybody, but we've seen when they're not hitting their threes. But then here's the other side of the coin. I haven't seen the Celtics move the ball like that in 2 years. They move the ball. Everyone's getting involved. So is Jason Tatum going down a benefit for the Celtics? If the Celtics somehow win this series and go to the NBA Finals, the question is do we need Jason Tatum? Is Jason Tatum what we need to get over the hump?
The answer is yes.
I mean, he didn't show up in the finals last year until the last game, and you guys won the finals. So, do you need Jason Tatum to win a championship? That's what we're going to see. The highest paid player in the NBA, Jaylen Brown, showed up, facilitating the ball, scoring the ball. Guys like Sam Hauser came back to life, Peyton Pritchard. So they have the guys, they have the depth. So this is really all in for this team. A team plays the worst or the best when their backs are against the wall, and they feel they have nothing to play for. So if the Knicks come ahead and lose Game 6, like Toddy said, Game 7s, or a toss-up. So going forward, I don't think Jason Tatum will ever play on a team this good. And he's been lucky to have a lot of talent in his career. So I know he's never missed the playoffs, but you have to look on the teams that he's been on, the rosters that they constructed, from Kyrie Irving to the Kemba Walkers they've always had a solid team. He's always gone to the East Conference Finals. This has been a team that's been a franchise blessed with talent. So now the other side of the coin is it will look different, whether it's without Jason Tatum, without Jaylen Brown, all those other guys that I mentioned. This team will never be put together again. So they have to go balls to the wall and see how far they can get.
So now when it comes to the other series that has yet to be completed,